I love the jungle with its vibrant colors. But this lake right next to my base could use a little glow up just to be as pretty as the area around it. So we will transform it into a beautiful oasis. Imagine the rustling of reeds in the wind, the soft murmur of small waterfalls, and the cool shadow of an old willow tree guarding a small island in the stream. Just the right place to sit back, relax, and sip some cherry chai. So the first thing I did, even before I started this build, was changing the color of the water. How did I do that? I changed the biome to a warm ocean. Super simple, just one command and voila! Pretty cyan water. So, since the biome changes happen, there is a couple tiny little downsides to it that can easily be fixed, but let me show you. Over here you see that the grass color over here is a little less saturated than this grass color. It's because this counts as a warm ocean, and this counts as a jungle biome, and over here you see the water is a little darker. So yeah, you see that like the biome changes are not perfect. So now to fix it in an easy way, I'm gonna do some terraforming. And by that, for example, I think over here I might even remove the whole island because, like, you know, it's a little snatched over here like a waste. I will replace most of the floor with sand to make little beaches, and occasionally on spots like this that go like higher up where we can basically use like different stone types and make little ponds. And another block that I can use to make a nice transition with is this. So yeah, let's just transform all of the edges first. So let's finish up the last little bit together, because I'm gonna build like something rocky over here with some waterfalls, because it's a very cliffy area. So the first thing I do is definitely just remove all of the terrain already. And this spot needs a little biome overhaul, I think. Warm ocean, and at this height we apply jungle so it's more colorful. I think that there was already like some kind of land over here is a good thing to base it on. I just need to fix the water stream going like this. And basically the first thing I do when I do these waterfalls is I'm gonna make like a circular shape varying in between andesite and stone. I'm gonna use slabs to make it slowly transition, and then we can open it up at some point like here for the water to run through. So that's one of the platforms. We definitely need to get rid of this one because I just don't know how to include that. I am gonna add some plant life later on for sure. So let's just add the next one in here. I'm gonna also replace under the dirt, I'm gonna put stone to make the walls look rocky. So that's basically just 2 ponds with 2 waterfalls. And this one is gonna be higher, so we're gonna make it on this level here. Oopsie la boopsie. So I'm filling water in here, and as you can see, it's blue again. So I have to go into this corner and apply warm ocean. So let's just fill everything in. Now, since I made a couple more biome changes over here, it's a little less saturated, so I'm gonna replace it all with moss. And oh my god, I discovered something. My little buddy. Oh my god, wait, let me help him out, okay? Since I started this in a survival server, I trapped this little buddy in here to cure him, but I never really got to cure him. So let's give him the freedom he deserves. Now let's get the boat out of here. Oh no, wait. Oh. I'm sorry. If I give you a potion of harming, you heal? Are you happy? And now let's save this little buddy. Can I click you? I can't click him. Come on, let me help you. It won't let me help him. Time set night. I have an idea, guys. Let's drag this buddy over to a safe place and let him free. Oh my god, guys, that looks so funny. How about the throne hall? Maybe he needs a little room though, because voila, let's break the boats and you're free and you can be cured. No? Dude, what's wrong with this? Is it the wrong apple? How about an enchanted one? Is it the wrong potion? Oh, it's weaving! Anyways, I never did anything wrong. See, now it's working. I didn't just drag him over here because I didn't know how it works. That's my little buddy. I'm so kind. I could have just killed him and spawned another one, but I'm kind. Oh my god, look how this is coming together. Okay, let's continue. To make a transition over from this mossy blob, I'm gonna use mossy cobble to make it like slowly transition over to the stone. Oh, zombie doctor, let's go. Buddy! Why are you not a jungle villager though? Wee bonk. That would have killed me if I was in survival. So I basically like pick some random spots where I include a little bit of more mossy action. Maybe I even want to exchange these edges as well, like at the top. That's one of the waterfall moments. And as we reach the bamboo jungle, we go over to using pot soil again. So let's just curve it around here, and I think that looks good. The edges are complete. So I had the idea of having like an island in the middle with a giant willow tree weeping over the lake, and also a little pavilion. I don't know how to pronounce it. So now I need to pick a spot for the island, because I feel like maybe it could be this island, but it would have to be moved a tad. I couldn't move it. I can try and figure out WorldEdit and move it. I never used WorldEdit before, at least not in 10 years. I used it before in like 2014 or something, when I was a little teenager. Now I don't know anymore how it works, but I think it's worth figuring out because that would save me a ton of time. I'm sure it won't be that difficult. Hello, honey.
Hello. So you want to learn WorldEdit, right?
Yes, I want to learn how to move this island somewhere around there.
So what you need to do is place a block at the highest point of that island.
Then I ended up on this block here.
Yeah. Click that.
Okay, which click? First position?
And then you just click on it with like the next position. You just click on it with the other key.
Second position.
You want to do //
//
copy.
Copy.
Now you want to do replace air.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Paste.
Yeah, you were further up, so do // paste.
Oh, is it underground now?
Yeah.
Paste. Oh, okay.
Keep going. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, see, you were in the sky.
I was here. Okay. Yeah. Guys, that's WorldEdit. It's gonna be... Oh! Okay, this is now... Paste. Okay.
You did it.
No,
without any... It's on the...
Yes. That
there
must be the right height. Actually, I think it's a good spot. Yeah, I need to fix the biome over there, but I'm gonna do that off camera. But thank you for helping me. This fixing thing I'm gonna do off camera, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry, you don't have to watch me do that. So now that the island is moved and all of the floor and the water is finally fixed, you can see that it's custom made terrain because it still has no planes on it. I'm gonna fix that later. First, we're gonna go ahead and landscape the land. We're gonna landscape. So let's start here where we started first. So for beaches, I had the idea of making these little fellas. So we're starting with a dark one, 3 of these, the rest mangrove, because I feel like this is a nice shadow color. And then we make a little cross on top. And then at the ends, we're gonna go to the bottom ones and make them hanging down like this. When that's done, we're gonna place some scaffold blocks. Then I'm gonna add some bananas. Actually, I can also add some lime green bananas because they are like not fully done yet with growing. Yeah, that's my banana tree with the floating bananas. We love floating bananas. I mean, we obviously want some greenery on the floor as well. So first of all, to make the transition look nice, we can make the beach smooth with sandstone slabs. And then, guys, we have this lovely new invention. It's dry grass. I thought it's called beach grass, but I mean, it usually spawns on beaches. But look at this. I love this so much. I have a new obsession. It's called dry grass. I can also decorate with some stone. And to give it a little pop of sunshine, we want to give it some yellow flowers. A little pop of color, a little poppin'. And if we're poppin', we definitely should add some poppies. Spread around some red flowers. And last but not least, we add item frames with another shell. And we shift and shear it with a plugin I have. Little shells on the beach. So now that we covered how I do the beaches, let's move on to the waterfalls. I think we require some soul sand. So my idea is under the waterfall, I'd like to have it bubbly. Yes. Oh my goodness. That makes it look like there's actually something going on. I've seen that in the video and I liked it, so now let's add some bone meal so we have some plant life in here. Oh, they even add corals. That's cute. But you know what? I think what something would fit better. Dead corals. They add something to the stone because they look more like as if they were stone. And there's something we definitely need to include into the water. And it's the pickles because they make it glow. And I think I would love some drip leaf in here. And something else we can only allow ourselves in creative mode. Small drip leaf, look at it. I love small drip leaves so much. And they fit perfectly into these. And some cloveberries to hang from the caves. How about my all-time favorite fern? I think that's enough. And now that we've done that, we'll get to the underwater world. Well, not just the underwater world, also the water surface. Unfortunately, these little things, I will get rid of these because not the prettiest, not the prettiest. I think we can start underwater because that's simple. Because all we gotta do is bone meal the floor so it's overgrown and lovely. Then we also can add some kelp back because I got rid of all of the kelp and I think kelp is a nice addition, definitely. So now that we're done with the greenery under the sea, we are gonna go in for the lily pads and whatnot, and we're gonna start over here. I'm gonna place a couple of these, and we're gonna make this bamboo forest extend into the water because my idea, something that I've dreamed of before, I had a dream of this, a literal dream of a bamboo forest where bamboo is growing out of the water, and I want to build this because it's pretty. So the idea how to do it is we're using drip leaf, not that long though. We're using drip leaf until there, then we're gonna use moss, and then we're gonna put bamboo on top. I might need some bone meal to make it look normal. And then I'm just gonna place some leaves around it so they look like they actually have a little bit of leaves going on. Sometimes they do have that. Don't know if it's too tall, but that's the idea. We can also use some different leaves, bringing a little bit of color. So, and under the water it will look like this. I can show it in a better example, which is a little deeper. That is directly underneath it. Perfection. So to make this moss block over there not so random looking, we're gonna add these little leaves, but like stuff in the water, like frogs always leave these things. Oh yeah, guys, if you stick around till the end, we're gonna add some cute animals to this place. There's also another thing that I want to show you guys what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use a moss block on top of this, and then I'm gonna use WorldEdit for this cactus flower. And we have functioning lily pads. I decided to use WorldEdit for this. It's a mod, and on servers you can have it as a plugin. But if you want to do the same thing without WorldEdit, you can just do it like the bamboo. So basically a drip leaf underneath. I feel like then you use a cactus flower and you can surround it a little bit with that so it looks like it's actually submerged into the water. If you don't have cactus flowers because you're in older versions, you can also just use any kind of trapdoor. It needs to be a trapdoor trapdoor so the block is waterlogged. And then pick a coral of your liking, maybe the pink one, and put it on top. Especially with this color of the trapdoor, you don't even notice because it fits right with the watercolor. So I recommend one of the oxidized copper types. And also I want to place some small drip leaf around the edges here on the land because I love them so much. They're so pretty. Oh, they're so good. So I already like the vibe of it, but I feel like if there is so much greenery going on, maybe the water would have been a little more green. So my idea is to dye it green by using a command. Mangrove swamp. And pray for me that it does not transform the wrong place. This is much darker. First of all, it is the wrong place. Second of all, it's much darker, but maybe that fits because it might cast a shadow. I do think though, it gives a natural shadow effect in jungles. I wish they would make the water like as light as the warm ocean water, but more green. I might fix the bamboo jungle off camera because it's way too vibrant. So now that I changed this whole biome, I also made this little area over here because there was a bamboo forest behind there and I changed the bamboo. Then we have the other side where I also changed the bamboo forest so it all looks more matchy with another. And now there's this one more bamboo forest that's still left and it's the island here. I'm gonna get rid of all of this. Air. Oh my god, it worked! Now I can see what the jungle trees look like without their leaves. Jungle log. Woo! Bamboo air. Woo! So I wanted to make a willow tree. So I'd say let's make the tree over here. First of all, we're gonna make a shape of a stem. I might split it up over here and make it go in the other direction. And then that could be enough for the stem. Now we're just gonna sprinkle in some textures with oak. Next to the oak, we're gonna add the gray acacia wood. Going back to oak. Now the next step is to make the leaves. So usually if you want to do it, you would have to place moss to do glowberries. But I think it's called cave vines. And that's how it works. Oh my god, I can use it like, obviously, if you want to build this in survival, you have to use moss and hang it this way. But since I am using WorldEdit, I can do that because I don't like the full block. So my idea is to make these bushies, I want to make like one of these and then I want to paste them around. We want to make like this shape. And then we want to hang them down, different lengths and like so. That's basically what I did to make. So now I can add a bunch of moss here and I do replace all of these with cave vines. That's something you guys can definitely learn because I didn't know that they were called cave vines. They're also not in the creative menu. I can place them hanging down a long way. Just shear them to stop them from growing, obviously. I can add some jungle leaves at the top. So yeah, that would be the design for these hanging things. And now I can just go ahead and place a block that I will recognize. Very red and vibrant to the end of the thing. And on the other side at the end of this thing, I'm gonna do this and this. Copy. And now I'm gonna go ahead and paste. Oh, and the vines didn't place down. So the idea is to instead use moss and then I'll replace them afterwards. So now I managed to place it down. And that's the tree! It's very big and fluffy. I wonder if it looks good if I add some vines hanging down. Then they'll give a little bit more texture in it because, yeah, these light ones are a little too light and the vines are a little darker. The only problem with vines is that they don't stop growing. So when I notice some of them getting too long, I'm just gonna add some string underneath it. I think that should be good. I also noticed that then here it turned into a mob spawner and yes, these are vines. I replaced all the moss with vines to get rid of the moss blocks in between and now this happened. So yeah, it's very dark down here. So I guess I'm just gonna light up the place with some glowy berries. And that's what happens when you let vines grow. But now these are quite chaotic, long and but I do have to say they mostly don't look that bad. So all I'm gonna do now is break them and I placed some barrier blocks underneath it. If you play survival, you would obviously not have barrier. So what you could do instead is use string. This tree looks awesome now. But there's one last issue with the tree that I have to still work on. It's very dark down here. My solution for this, glowstone and moss carpet. Another thing I quickly want to do under the tree is to place some slabs and stairs, and obviously also some trapdoors, so that now our tree has much more of a softer shape. So now that the tree is mainly done, I want to build a structure over here. I don't even know how it's called in English, but I think it's something like Pavilion. So to make a circle, I thought I can make WorldEdit. I think I made a spear. I just can't see anything. Oh, it's a spear, yeah. Forgot I wanted to make a cylinder. 10. I made a cylinder. And on the corners, I want to make smaller ones. 5 is too big. 3 is actually too small. Maybe 4 is perfect. It's Mickey Mouse! So that's the overall shape, but the problem is it goes into the tree. So I need to move it forwards a bit with WorldEdit. Paste. That shall be good. Let me just fill it to the bottom. So this is the middle. Over here would be the roof then. I made a big spear. Lollipop, lollipop, oh a lolly lolly. I made it a little smaller so I can make like some frames around it. Now we'll look for the half of it and I will cut off the bottom half. And I'll just make a spear in that thing, and then I think it should be the right amount. And now I'm filling in the walls. Now I want to go ahead and place some spears here. What's a cute little baby spear? I'm cutting off the bottom half again. And then I'm framing it with sandstone. Frame the big one. And then I get them some columns at these spots with strip birch, sandstone wall, birch fence, and then the other stuff again. And then this happens, but since I'm in creative, I am lucky and I have the debug stick. Now I kind of want to fence this area off, but this don't look good. I feel like gates look good. They're still not connected, so we could either use fences or these, which looks a little weird. But to make it look less weird, I could place some walls underneath, and I think that's quite cool. You know what? That just gave me the idea to do this, and then it's more rounded off. I like that so much. Oh my god, yes! And then we can already go over to doing something around here. I think I figured something out. I like that. With a little peak on top. And I might want to replace these with chiseled, because I feel like that could look fancier. And surrounding it with slabs. I think that down here it still looks a little plain, so I thought maybe I can add some stairs to give it more depth and more interest. And this is what it looks like here. And if I go over to this one, I don't want to do it the same because it's too repetitive. So I decided to punch my way in a little. Place the wall 1 block back. And then I use a strip birch here. Some stairs like this, and this. And then on the other side the same. Then I punch in some holes. Add some frog lights. Do the same on the other side, and then in the middle here I'm gonna add some walls. Now that all of that is done, I definitely want to add some columns here, so I might use the same color palette. Could make one here, and then one here, one in the middle. So go over to this, so then I go over to these. Now this is very slim in the middle. I think that's better. So I'm gonna do these columns all around the build. And I think I want to add some arches, which I would have to do like this. Can do tiny ones at the bottom. Yeah, they arch differently. Actually, that's quite nice. I do really like that. So now we're gonna go over here to the roof, and then I think I want to add these. Does it look connected? Not really, but I think it's the best I can do. And then I'm going to this and there, and then I can connect it up over here. I think that looks round. I think that looks like a round framing. And now I need to make something like this for the corners as well. I probably would have to do it here. So now we need to go slightly to this side. From the top it looks fine. From this side it looks weird. Yeah, there must be a side that looks weird. I mean, still weird from the side. Look at this block. I could do this, but that looks weird as well. Look what I can do. That is at least getting closer. I could make this invisible. That would look glitchy though. But the glitchy look is good. So now there's still no way to get in. So that's what we're working on now. Let's just extend the front a little to make a little platform to be able to walk on. And then let's add some stairs to the sides. Add a railing onto it. A little wall fence-ish area. Then I want to add the stairs like I did on the other side. And now that there's this little hole in the middle, I thought it would be cool to add a little fountain. Let's make it 5 blocks wide, 5 blocks long. Could use a wall in here. Then I go up in the middle with that. We can definitely use some different blocks for this, like so. And then we make little water areas. I don't know if this will function as a fountain, but let's see how it looks like if I put water in there. It's a little filled. Yeah, it might be. How about using glass? Yeah, that's good. So now to change the water color? Yes. Okay, now that we have a way to get up, we should make a door to get in. I think we're just gonna use the column in the middle and try to make something dory out of it. Dory, like the fish. So now I need something, maybe like trapdoors. They look a little too wide from the side though. I think it's fine. So to make a door in here, how can we make a door? 3 doors? I mean, it's a little weird. Or we just leave it open. What do you guys say? Leave it open? Yeah, leave it open. So now that we're inside for the first time, lovely view of the jungle. Oh yeah, I forgot. We need a way to go through here. Throw. Either we destroy that pillow, which I'm not a fan of, or we're just gonna go this side. I absolutely know what I'm doing. That's the way in. Yeah, that's good. Let me just quickly do the interior off camera and then I'll show you guys the result at the end. But first, I want to make this place look overgrown because it looks a little too polished and perfect to be on this lonely island. So to do that, I want to replace some of the glass with moss so it looks like the grass has been overgrown with moss. And to transition over to the actual glass, I wanted to use vines. The only problem with vines, they grow. And for that, I'm trying to play around with barriers, wish me luck. Then inside, we obviously also want to use some glowberries, so it's just gonna grow down after I did the moss part, because I want to like make sure that everything is worked on. And also, I want to add some moss to the floor and make it transition over. Now, it's very difficult to transition over from moss, so I'm gonna transition over using paths. So after I was finished with overgrowing the house, I moved on to doing the landscaping of the area. I added a lot of the ponds that I showed you guys before and also a little bit of greenery. And this is the lake. That's it. It's finished. Almost finished. We still lack a little bit of life in here besides some squids then in there. So I decided to add some turtles on here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think I can help you out of this. Oh, I was able to help. I think this place is very nice for turtles. And maybe also some axolotls, because why not? They don't attack turtles, they're fine. And then my little bamboo forests, they feel like the perfect environment to add some frogs. Oh, that's not a frog. It's green, but it's not a frog. Anyways, it's also a nice environment for turtles, obviously. But frogs, yes, my little white froggos. Guys, we could also add some frog spawn. I think they won't hatch because I turned off tick speed, whatever, because of vines. Vines are a mess. Maybe I'm installing a please don't grow vines pack one day because goodness. And yeah, some turtles also have to obviously go to the other places as well as the axolotls and frogs. And not to forget the most important one, Bloop. So let's just make a final little tour of the pavilion. So first we go through this grown over place with the willow tree and all of these lovely ponds. And then we have this lovely little waterfall fountain. Then we go up here and we can go inside. And here we have some melon armchair seats. Very cozy, very stylish. Then we have some little 3D models that I made days ago for my video where I did a cat cafe, because that was supposed to be a cat even though it looks like a hamster. Anyways, we have some plants everywhere and we have a grown over chandelier. We also have some seating areas, some tables with tea, obviously, and a little art area with an easel because like this has the view of the tree and also a nice view of the ponds over here. So this is probably a very inspiring place. You could draw here and there's some red dye and the person drew a sun with red, not fully finished. And that's the brush. Oh, and that's Bloop. Hi, Bloop. And then the last little area is this little sitting area with a lot of potted plants. Just very cozy and vibey, and you have a nice view from here too, because you can see the willow tree, the bamboo jungle, pond, and also my arena and my bee sanctuary. And if you want to see some lovely shots of the rest of the place, then stick around to see some lovely replays of it.